that's, the best information we have at that time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the same way it flagged for different scenarios. So they all, I mean, like the next more episodes are like, so this is a subcategory in the same scenario. Let's say the first one we saw was like patient is in two facilities, but the second one is like it has separate episode IDs, and there was no overlap as well. So that's why
Okay.
we keep them as distinct admissions.
Okay. So, okay. Then you have like if you discard that or keep it.
So the whatever the run dates it has, I removed all of those, and just the one which has the valid information, I just had that because the discharge date and admit date were like not overlapping.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some activity being taken place when this is happening.
So that's the second member, or this is still the same member?
Yeah, it's the same member. So these records are all for the same member. So actually, this member has like 110 records in the actual data set, but I did them to only for like right now for 12. So all these 12 are like distinct records. Like as I'm saying, this one is one, this one is one, this one is one, like that.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, like we can find for the same member how many different events has been occurred. So that's like we can distinguish them for each one of them in these.
So the last four, so there's like some kind of overlap, right?
In the last four?
Yeah. At least for the last. So you're gonna discard.
So I discarded the last two. So we're gonna discard these two.
When you discard this, let's see. Do you have a run date for like each of the record? I think we should keep the one that is most up to date.
So from these, you want me to have only the one which is up to date?
Yeah, I think if they have overlap, we probably should keep the one that is most up to date. Can you go back to Jiva and see like for the admission in August 2025? So there is one informational which gonna be deleted, and the first one is
from 5th to 7th.
Yeah, and I think it's different. I think it's different facility.
Yeah. Facility. Here.
So the first one is one facility. The last two
are the same as the first one.
Yeah.
And in the middle.
Yeah, let's go back to the dates.
Dates are.
So first admission is to 7, and then last from 20th to 28th. The middle one is from 7 to 18th. 7 to 18. Can you go back to your dates and see how many we capture?
So we captured 4th to 11th, 4th, 5th, and 7th.
Is it the same facility? I think 5 to 7 is one facility.
Yeah.
Oh, we do not have a Jefferson for 5 and 7, 5 to 7.
5 and 7 is Lauren, actually.
Yeah. Uh, 5 to 7. 5 to 12 is another one. I think there's a problem, some problem with the days calculate. 18 to 28. Are these all within the same episode ID?
Episode ID, I think 3 of them has same.
Yeah, they're the same episode ID. Nursing facility. Go back to the Jiva and see if all those are in the same episode ID. 4, 11.
Yeah. These 3 are
So
the
it's
same, and the 2.
The first one is within this.
But over here it doesn't show the rehab, nursing rehab. It shows Jefferson Regional.
Yeah.
Maybe
weird.
it found that in the HI, but HI is null.
No, it
Yeah.
says it's all Jiva only.
Yeah.
So all the 3 are probably coming from Jiva.
Maybe.
So it gives this facility name at the beginning from Jiva.
Yeah.
And they change it
to Laurel Ridge.
Yeah.
And then this, for the new episode ID, it got into Jefferson.
Yeah, the dates are just not. I think still, if they are overlapped, in this case, they are overlapped, they have the same ENC idea, we should use the latest information because it keeps changing.
I think it got flagged because of the different provider name. That's why it has printed twice.
Okay.
Yeah, because usually it is supposed to discard. Yeah, it says overlapping.
Yeah. Think of a way to take only the latest one if they are overlapping.
Yeah,
Take
I
the
think,
one with
yeah,
the
because
matched.
I think it found two, let's say, I think it distinguished for the provider name and it removed one for this provider and the other one for this one.
Okay.
But why did it print it again, this one?
It's fine if it shows that two provider at that time, we could keep it as two provider because it's it's so this way you keep only the first provider, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking this needs to change to if it based on provider, then the last two row still keep one row because it's different provider. Although the dates are overlapped, still keep one additional row. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if we distinct by provider name, then the last two, you only need to discard one. Just like compare this to keep the record that is the most recent, most up to date, which could be the third one.
This one, right?
7 to 18th, then it's the correct one. So if this two, if we only keep one from this two, so we could treat it as the year is a transfer from the 4th to 7th, which I think they have a line, but for some reason. Can you go back to the dates?
Yeah.
Here. Yes. What is the one for Jefferson? 7/7 to 7/21st.
For Jefferson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the dates also is not right. See, this is for this episode ending in 7:07. Can you go back to our the TOC daily output? I think you printed 7:07. Yeah, what is the last record say? Discharge is 7.
Yeah, it's 21.
Yeah, you know why it's 7/21? Because it's the end of the 14 days.
Yeah.
So we stop outputting this. But in reality, it's member still in the hospital. Member did not discharge by that date.
Okay. So member is still in the hospital, but it has stopped running.
Yeah, but that is not correct. I think after you get all these rules, can you do additional things to match the the one with the calculated date, trying to match a real discharge date or the end of the. I can give you some additional code to help. I think the dates are not correct. And even after we build the table, the dates are still not. It's still a calculated dates.
Yeah.
Let's finish this first, and then thinking about how to improve the discharge. But I like what you did so far. Just change it, for the 3 rows that we discovered. I think just if there's like 2 different providers, keep them keep both providers,
Okay.
but only keep the latest run dates information for each of the provider if there is like overlap.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So these are those, and maybe we can take one more member ID, or else I will show you the scenarios which I've written. Maybe we can make changes for them. Okay, yeah. So in the S3 we had these for the one which we got printed right now. So I think one of them has fall into this, and the other one has fall into this one, I think, because it has one null episode ID and it has been overlapping here. Yeah, I think it has fall into this.
Okay, so when there's no event ID, it comes from Jiva.
Yeah. So
and,
I think
which one is?
So it says when. So it has 3 cases in the S3. So one null and the other one has an episode ID. So we try to keep that as well, because sometimes it will be only Jiva only record, right? So that's the thing, it got flagged over here because, yeah.
Do you have example? So it only have Jiva, then there's overlap. And if that is the case, keep the latest record. If there's an overlap for each of the member, each of the provider, the latest record. That is the example we see, right?
Yeah. Yeah, actually this one is designed in that way only, which I mentioned over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has been flagged because one of them is null, such that it tried to think it as separate episode. That's why it kept that. Okay.
Okay. One is now separate episode.
Yeah, so we're trying to look at both the Jiva and the HIE episode IDs, right? So one of them is null, and in that HIE is null, such that it definitely represent as the different data source, like coming from the Jiva, right? So that's why it has been kept, because I think because what I thought is because it cannot be thought as a duplicate because we didn't have a matching episode ID.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, but for the Jiva information itself, it changes constantly.
Yes.
Yeah, so in that case, if there's an overlap, we still want to keep the latest.
Yeah.
And I think you bring a good point, like there are two different providers.
Yeah.
So we probably, if it's two different providers, we probably want to keep two different records.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the only case where they have two different providers?
I just picked that member as random because we have one with both episodes as null, but they're overlapping as well.
Yeah, the overlap. So both four, both null, one null. I think both of those we need to keep the latest record.
For this one, we need to keep the latest record only.
One null, ENC idea. Separate episode. I still don't really understand what is like.
So let me explain.
Yeah.
So one null is in the sense because mostly I found if there is a null episode ID, it is mostly HIE is having the null episode IDs.
Yeah.
So
but one null and both null means they have like two lines.
Yeah, both the HIE and Jiva are null. Let's say, you know what, we filter here.
Too many data.
Yeah. So here in the both null case, we have both records. We think like both records are from HIE only, but with no, let's say, Jiva authorization. So there is no Jiva episode.
I cannot see the Excel. I see your scoring for Databricks.
Yeah.
Are you showing the Excel?
No. I'm trying to explain this because it's still loading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, sorry.
I don't
do
know.
that again. So if it's both now,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it's, let's say, like both records come from HIV only, let's say there is no Jiva authorization number such that we
yeah,
cannot be matched by the episode ID, right?
mm-hmm.
So
And they have overlap. So
yes,
you do not have any ENCIDN,
yes,
but they have overlap. So are you keeping both of those?
yes. Yeah, because it might flag something like they are from two different facilities,
And they are transfer.
or maybe two different visits as well.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, so that's how, I mean, like that was the reason why it was
Mm-hmm.
there.
Okay. So when you see one now and both now,
Hmm.
one means only one row,
So
or
what? Yeah,
show me an example of one now and show me example of both now. So
yeah.
like I can
Yes,
better
yes, yes.
understand.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
This thing is. This is the Excel. It is not loading.
It's fun.
I have this table, but the only thing is like we cannot find the exact one over here.
Can you give me the location of the table so I can look at the labels you created?
This table, I just
Yeah.
I just downloaded into my system.
Okay. Do you have a copy in the Databricks? Do you save one in the Databricks?
Or else you want me to share this Excel to you directly?
Do you have a table? Like save the table to A1DOK.
Okay. This table, you want me to save it to
Yeah.
the.
Yeah, to A1DOK, and then you can send me location, or a small subset of the table, like for the last 3 months, or something, or last 6 months. You know, it does not have to be really big.
Yeah.
Maybe a small subset of the table. Save it in A1DOK. So
Okay, I will do that. Let me try once more before.
sure.
Yeah. Okay. So here you see for this both of the Jiva and the Jiva ID is null.
So it's coming from HIE.
Yeah.
So usually coming from HIE, you if it's only HIE, then you keep it. Yeah, HIE information is usually good. But when you say overlap,
Yeah, it might be overlapping with its preceding run date.
oh, okay. So when you check overlap, how did you do that?
So when we check the overlap, like what was the logic, right? You're saying?
Yeah.
So here, like
if they have the same date, like if they discharge, for example, January 1st, and then the next line is readmitted January 1st, do you consider that the overlap?
Sorry.
Is that?
Can you come again? Sorry. Let's
Yeah.
say.
So see a member discharge. January 1st.
Okay.
And then the next line, he readmitted January 1st and then discharged January 2nd. So this two line, although seems overlap, but it's actually a transfer.
So I'm looking them as overlap only because let's say I've written a function like if the admit date is less than the discharge date and admit date is like equal to the discharge date, I consider them as overlap only.
Less than the
discharge date, let's say.
Equal, less or equal, you think it's overlap?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to understand when you see it's overlap, but then it's two different episodes, it means that it's a transfer. So what your overlap also include the transfer. So that's what I'm trying to understand. Okay. That's fine. If it's coming from HIE,
yeah,
and it only HIE, then we keep whatever is there.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
Yeah, that's the one with the null. I'm trying to say is like they are from HIE, but the episode IDs are null.
Yeah. Okay. That's why you say one null or two null.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Because for me, I'm like, it's gonna be HIE only. But then you said one null or two null. Oh, that's fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and
I think it may be helpful for you to, for all the scenarios, to maybe have some like kind of write up saying what is the logic. So when we doing documentation.
Yeah, sure. I will have a like brief write. Yeah, I've written something, but not a deep one. But you can see for, yeah, so this is like different episode ID and separate episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like two different authorizations, no overlap, clearly separate admissions.
Mm-hmm.
And one null is like one record Jiva, one HIE only. So it's like, so when it is only Jiva, there will be HIE as null, but when it moved to HIE and the other one will be, the Jiva one would be null, right? When it changes.
Yeah. So if it's only in Jiva and it changes, we use the
Merge.
last record.
Yeah.
Yeah, we use the last record if it's only in Jiva. Once it has HIE, we gonna use HIE information.
I mean, like sometimes this one is something like for the first episode, it is like the episode or the admit is happened only on Jiva,
Mm-hmm.
and the next one has been happened only on HIE.
Yeah, I know it's confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why
yeah.
I thought it as we can have them as like, there is no specific identifier to match them, such that they kept as separate, such that they both will be printed, because one will be printed as Jiva only and the other one will be printed as HIE only.
Do they have the same date? If they have the same date, then we use the last record. If not, I think it's okay to keep them both.
Okay.
If they have like two different dates, then it's okay to keep them both. If they are having the same admission date. So all of this is after you filter, like you filter by, you keep the latest.
So all of this
Round
is
date.
all of this is basically, we try to put them as let's say I had some like 2 to 3 steps I followed. I had them like partitioned by member ID, LOB, admit date, and I have them ordered by the run date.
Yeah. So after that, then you're trying to.
Yes, after that
all
I'm
these
trying
rules.
to implement all these rules. And I will also give the priority for the merged as the first priority and HIE as a second. And if it is only Jiva only, that's the third priority, because HIE and merged records both basically are like the both records are taken over Jiva only, like as a precedence, or like let's say sometimes it is for same episode.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
The only thing I could think of is I think we saw something like at beginning it's merged, then Jiva is denied, so we only have HIE information. So when you take the merged as priority over HIE, it may have some like differences.
Okay. So you want me to do HIE as first and merged as second?
HIE as first, merge as second. I think it's fine, like for keep whatever you're doing, keep the order now, because the cases I'm thinking of should only be like small number, and if it's denied, we actually don't care that much. So I think that should be fine.
Okay.
Okay, I think
so yeah,
the only thing I can think of is the one that that we saw have the same ENC ID and two different provider,
Yeah.
then pick two different rows. That's only change I think needed. Otherwise, I think we can proceed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe have all these rules.
Okay.
Send me an email with all this like different ones. You can write it up a little bit.
Yeah, sure. I will
Yeah.
I will try to write up and try to add examples as well for you so that you can understand. I'll try to put the particular episode ID and I'll write this into the A1DLK, right? You asked me, right? A1DLK.
Yeah, A1DLK. I can give you A1DLK TW Digital DS.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's our pre-prod. Yeah, I will write it to there and I'll share the location for that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think this is great. I know it must take you a lot of effort to think through all the different scenarios.
Yes, but I even when I'm looking for some scenarios in deep, I still find some anomalies like, okay, is this even possible, or like something like, can we try another one? But I try to add more, but yeah, I mean, like, so far what I did this, see, I don't know, because the one which I've shown you first, we found there is there's a discrepancy in that. So yeah, I'll try to look for that, and yeah, that's it. But once I share you, can you also do a QA kind of run such that we can find more?
Yeah, I'll think through. I'll check the email, think through if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think with the example you find, it's also necessary after all of this to trying to do a merge to Jiva and having, if there's like real discharge date entered or something, to do another discharge date merge.
Sure.
Okay, I'll send you. This is the code to write to A1DLK with the location and the table name, so you can change the name and maybe write to that location.
Okay.
Actually, the mood use overwrite. So every time you can overwrite. When it's append, so you append it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think you need to use overwrite.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you so much. This is great.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much for working on this.
Definitely.
To spend time thinking about this.
Definitely. I'm also want to finish this because I know it is going to be good enough for us.
Yeah, it's a really, I want to have something like this for a long time.
Yeah.
But I just never had the time to think through all the different scenarios. And also because, some of the older records gonna be overwrite later. Like all the Jiva information they may have pending at the beginning, then they keep changing the information. Yes. Then they have another scenario where they think these two records should be linked. So they put it together. So it's really hard to keep track of all the changes.
Yeah.
And also because I think this year when population health was trying to look also reach member after they discharge, this 14 days rule really is not effective for member that are in like nursing facility. They're in this for a month.
Yes.
So we only track them for 14 days.
Yes.
So the discharge date we have in the table is not accurate, and I think this table is gonna be really useful. And also, I want to think about, maybe you can help me while you're doing this or after, like, because we have this information daily.
Mm-hmm.
After we have this base table, can we just update information instead of running the whole thing every day?
Okay.
What I was thinking, what would be a better way? Like, do we append information because the daily table is already appending? Do we running the same thing, or like all the 2025 records should be stable? Maybe the only thing we need to do is updates. So what would be a better, like, more efficient way, operational, how we gonna update the base table after we have it spend all the time thinking about all the scenarios? Maybe
Yeah.
is there a better way to only update, not running it every day because the table gonna become bigger.
Yes.
So when you have time, thinking about this as well, like how and we're gonna better manage this base table after,
Sure.
POC,
Yes.
animation base,
Yeah.
maybe. Or think about the cool names for the tables.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think even with my scenarios, what I think is usually you said like the older data is more with the discrepancies from the Jiva, right? There are like not proper updates from the Jiva. That's why I think most of the anomalies are found on the previous data, like the older data. But I think when we check for the last 3 months or last 5-6 months, I think the scenarios should work fine.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think there's changes later in the process.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. And I'm like, what was the thing about the genie one? I'm like, I've got a couple of messages on my Outlook. I'm like, Vanzen has created a thread, I think, stating, yeah. I'm like, you also sent me the text yesterday, right?
Yeah, it's this for the genie when they were open to all of us to use. It's like a beta version. So they said it's free of charge. All the AI tools is free of charge to using like Genie. And afterwards they start charging.
Yes.
And starting from this week, they're gonna start charging money for using Genie.
Okay.
But there's like for each of the user, every month they said they're gonna give you $10 worth of token to use for free. After the $10, they're gonna start to charge you. But my question would be like, how would we know what $10?
Exactly. Yeah. I was also thinking. I'm like, QI raised a question regarding that. He was asking like, we'll need more information about that, like how to monitor the token usage and like how would we know how much is left in the free tier?
Yeah, that's if I got more information, I'll share.
Sure.
I think that's everyone's mind. Like how it's definitely Databricks definitely have this capability to tell you how much you spend already.
Yes.
I saw some of the demos they have, but I just don't know like how our company gonna implement and show us. They said most of us should be falling below the $10. I also know that a lot of people have Databricks account, but they do not use it. So it's kind of skew the average. A lot of people are using very minimal.
Okay.
Or like for OneGen Cecile, they also have the account, but they really not doing much of the analysis. So I'm afraid to be the heavy user, but I also don't know like exactly how much
is the minimum or how much is the more.
Yeah. So I was thinking, just like maybe watch the usage until we got more from
Yeah,
the company. I also think, this is the beginning of the month. If they have this $10 for every month, we don't want to spend on the first few days.
yeah,
And then later find out, okay, we don't have any more to use. But I think it's on everyone's mind, like how they're gonna tell us or like, monitor the usage.
yes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'll share if I got more information. But
Sure.
this is like suddenly they said, okay,
Yeah.
start to charge it. We noticed they're gonna come.
Yeah, yeah, because one of my friend, he's also discussing with me. He said that, I mean, like as you mentioned in the previous our team huddle, it's like the Uber and the Meta, they are also reconsidering about the usage of AI, because Uber has reportedly saying that they have been having more costs on the AI rather than they have spent in the past months. So
Yeah, it's also like starting yesterday. I'm like, okay, you have to watch the AI usage. It's suddenly like, okay, so I cannot ask AI to do things for me.
yeah,
It's feel like, I think it's a good call, like good warning. So
yeah.
yeah,
I'm like,
we have.
I think it is going to stay like this for some time, because I'm like, they have the reasons to charge us, because they might be having huge costs for the GPUs and the systems to maintain.
Yeah. I for myself, I'm just thinking like we could use it as a tool, but not like super dependent
Yes,
on the AI to make decisions, because I still see a lot of hallucination for some of the things,
I
and
do.
it cannot like, if you ask AI to do something, it cannot be consistent. Sometimes it's focusing on the question you asked,
Yes,
cannot really link to other.
exactly.
So
It only focus on the vocab we use, but not the context we want to see.
yeah. So sometimes it's, you spend more time trying to go back and forth.
Yeah,
Yeah. But it's good. I am thinking it's good. We got to use